Hello students, let's continue with the lesson permutations and combinations. In the previous session we discussed about fundamental principle of counting. So what is fundamental principle of counting? It states that if an event can occur in m different ways and following which another event can occur in n different ways, then the total number of occurrence of the event in this order is m into n. That means if any event can occur in m different ways, following with the second event can occur in n different ways, then the total number of occurrence, the number of occurrence of the event in succession one by one is m into n. So let us see a problem related to fundamental principle of counting. The question is, in a cinema hall there are 3 entrance doors and 2 exit doors. In a cinema hall there are 3 entrance doors and 2 exit doors. In how many ways can be a person enter the hall and then come out? In how many ways can a person enter the hall and come out? So what is given in this question? There are 3 entrance doors. Suppose these are the doors, 3 entrance doors and 2 exit doors. Now a person has to enter the cinema hall and then come out. So in how many ways can the person enter the cinema hall and comes out? So as there are 3 entrance doors, so the person can enter by the first door or by the second door or by the third door. So the person can enter in how many ways? In 3 ways, in 3 different ways. By using these 3 different doors, the person can enter in 3 different ways. Similarly, we have to come out now, that means the person has to come out. So the person can come out in how many ways? In 2 ways. So here our first event is to enter the cinema hall and the second event is to come out from the cinema hall. So both event, we have to do both the event. That means we have to enter the cinema hall and we have to come out from the cinema hall. So we can enter the cinema hall in 3 ways and the person can exit, can come out in 2 ways. So the total number of ways in which the person can enter the cinema hall and exit from the cinema hall is 3 into 2. It is by fundamental principle of counting. What does fundamental principle of counting states? It states that if an event can occur in m different ways, following which another event can occur in n different ways, then the total number of occurrence of this event, is m into n. So here the value of m is 3 and the value of n is 2. So the total number of occurrence of the event is 3 into 2. So it is 6 different ways. So the person can enter the cinema hall and come out in 6 different ways. Okay. Now let us take one more question. The question is, how many numbers are there between 100 and 1000 in which all the digits are distinct. All the digits are distinct. Once again, how many numbers are there between 100 and 1000 in which all the digits are distinct? Okay. So what is given? How many? We have to find how many numbers are there between 100 and 1000. So the number is obviously a 3-digit number. Numbers between 100 and 1000. So it is a 3-digit number. That means we have to form a 3-digit number in which all the digits are distinct. So we have to fill 3 vacant places. We have to fill 3 vacant places. It is a 3-digit number as the number is between 100 and 1000, but in which all the digits are distinct, all the digits are different. So here it is a 3-digit number, so we have to fill 3 vacant places. Now to form a 3-digit numbers, the hundreds place can be filled using any of the digits from 1 to 9, as it cannot be filled by, it is not filled by 0. If we fill it by 0, then it will be a 2-digit number. Okay. So we can't write 0 in the hundreds place to form a 3-digit number. So this place, that means the hundreds place, can be filled in how many ways? In 9 ways. Okay. Then come to the tens place. Now the tens place can be filled using the digits 0 to 9, but excluding the digit, which is written in the hundreds place, as the number contains all the different digits. Here all the digits are different, that means repetition is not allowed. So if it is filled by any of the digits from 1 to 9, so we have to leave that digit, so, but we have to include 0 here. We can fill it by 0 also. So in how many ways we can fill the tens place? Again it can be filled in 9 ways. Okay, it can be filled in 9 ways, excluding the digit that is written in the hundreds place, but including 0. Okay. Now come to the ones place. This ones place can be filled in how many ways? Here 1 digit is filled, here 1 digit is filled. So we have to exclude 2 digits, that means remaining 8, how many digits are remaining there? 8 digits are remaining. So this ones place can be filled by using the 8 different digits. So in how many ways this ones place can be filled? It can be filled in 8 ways. So here we have to do 3 events, that is, first we have to fill the hundreds place, and then the tens place, and then the ones place. So it can be done in 9 ways. The tens place can be filled in 9 ways, following which the ones place can be filled in 8 ways. So by fundamental principle of counting, the total number of 3-digit numbers, that is the numbers between 100 and 1000, total number of 3-digit numbers in which no digit is repeated, that means in which all the digits are distinct. Okay, that is equals to 9 into 9 into 8. So if we multiply, we will get 8, then 6 4, that is 648. Clear? Next let us move on to the next topic, that is permutation. What is meant by permutation? Let us see the definition of permutation. A permutation is an arrangement in a definite order of a number of objects taken some or all at a time. What is that? A permutation is an arrangement in a definite order. That means in the case of permutation, order is very much important. So a permutation is an arrangement in a definite order of objects, of things, objects, okay, taken some or all at a time. That means, suppose, let us take an example. Suppose we are given with the 3 letters A, B, C. Okay, 3 letters are given to us A, B, C. Now using these 3 letters can be arranged in how many ways? Let us see in how many ways these 3 letters can be arranged, where order is important and in which repetition is not allowed. Okay. So let us take these 3 letters one by one. If I am taking this A and now I am taking all the letters here, That means arrangement of these three letters taking all of the three letters. So one arrangement is this A, B, C, and the other arrangement is A, C, B. We can arrange these letters in this way also, A, C, B. These two arrangements are different. Okay. Next B, A, C. Next arrangement is B, C, A, and the next one is C, A, B, and next is C, B, A. Here in all these arrangements the letters are same, but the order of the arrangement is different. So here order of arrangement is important. So in the case of permutation, permutation is an arrangement in a definite order of a number of objects taken some or all at a time. Now here the objects given are three letters A, B, C. So how many objects are there? How many letters are there? Three letters. Now if we have to arrange these three letters, that means taking all the letters. If these three letters are to be arranged, then in how many ways we can arrange these three letters? That is 6 different ways. 6 different ways. All these are different arrangements of the letters A, B, C. That means here all three letters are taken. Now suppose I have to take only two letters from these three letters. The letters given are A, B, C. Now I have to take only two letters. Okay. Suppose I am taking A, B. This is one arrangement taking two letters, and A, C, this is one other arrangement. Similarly, if I am taking B, C, this is one arrangement taking two letters only. Okay. Now B, A, it is also one arrangement. It is different from A, B. Here order is important. A is first arranged here and next B is taken. Here B is taken first and A is second. Okay. So these two arrangements are different. Next, if I am taking C, then take A, or C, B. So again if I take two letters from the letters A, B, C, and in how many ways we can arrange these two letters taken from the given three letters. So again it can be arranged in 6 ways, 6 different ways. So, but I mean to say, in the case of permutation, permutation is an arrangement in a definite order. That means here all these arrangements are different, and all these arrangements are called permutations of these three letters taken three at a time. I have taken all the letters here, and in this case this is the permutation of these three different letters A, B, C taken two at a time, taken two at a time. So the number of permutations here is 6, and here also the number of permutation is 6. Clear? Now let us move on to the formula for permutations when all the objects are distinct. Permutations when all the given objects are distinct, and here the first case is repetition not allowed. That means the objects do not repeat. Okay. Suppose n objects are given to us. Suppose n objects, n different objects. Permutations when all the objects are distinct means if n different objects are given to us, then the permutations of the number of permutations, of n different distinct, okay, n different objects taken are at a time, and the objects do not repeat. That means repetition is not allowed here. So it is denoted by NPR. It is the permutation of number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time. It is denoted by NPR, NPR, where this r is greater than 0, less than equals to n. Okay, r is greater than 0, less than equals to n, and is given by the formula NPR is equals to n factorial divided by n minus r whole factorial. Once again, the number of permutations of n different objects. N different objects are given to us, and we have to take r objects at a time, and the objects are not to be repeated. Then the total number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time is denoted by NPR and is given by the formula NPR is equals to n factorial divided by n minus r whole factorial. Okay, let us see one example. If one word is given, suppose one word is given equation. Now we have to arrange the letters of the word equation taking 3 letters at a time. Listen carefully. One word is given equation. We have to find the number of permutations of these distinct 8 letters. Here you see all these letters are different, distinct. Here the number of letters, that is the number of objects, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. Now we have to take 3 letters at a time. So the value of r is 3. That means I am asking the number of permutations, the number of different arrangements of the letters of the word equation taking 3 at a time, and if repetition is not allowed. Okay. So we have to find the number of permutations of the letters of the word equation taken 3 at a time. So here n is equals to 8, the total number of letters, all the letters are distinct, all the letters are different, distinct, and I also told repetition is not allowed, and we have to take 3 letters at a time, so r is equals to 3. Then how to find the number of permutations in this case? So here we have to find NPR, so we will write 8P3. So what is the formula for NPR? NPR is equals to n factorial divided by n minus r whole factorial. So 8P3 is equals to 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 3 whole factorial. So how to find the value of this? You know, 8 factorial, here it will be 5 factorial. So we can write this 8 factorial as 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. 5 factorial is cancelled. So 8 into 7 into 6, that is 42 into 8, that is 336. That means the letters of the word equation, by taking 3 letters at a time in which repetition is not allowed, can be arranged in how many ways? 336 different ways. This is the number of permutations of the letters of the word equation taken 3 at a time. Suppose I am taking all the letters of this word equation. If I am taking all the letters and I have to arrange the letters of the word equation in which repetition is not allowed, then how to find the number of permutations? In this case n is equals to 8 and r is also equals to 8, as I am taking all the letters. So here the number of permutations is NPR, and that is equals to 8P8, and it is 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 8 factorial, and 8 minus 8 factorial is 0 factorial. So we will get 8 factorial upon 0 factorial. So 8 factorial by 0 factorial, that is equals to 8 factorial, as 0 factorial is 1. Okay. and you know how to find the value of 8 factorial. So if I am taking 3 letters at a time, the number of permutations is 336. That means number of different arrangements in a definite order in which repetition is not allowed. This is the case of repetition not allowed, and this formula is used only when repetition is not allowed. Okay. And if I have taken all the letters and to arrange all the letters, then the number of permutations is 8 factorial. Clear? Now let us see the formula for permutations when all the objects are distinct and repetition is allowed. Here the objects may repeat. Okay, we can repeat the objects. So the number of permutations of n different objects, but the objects are different, objects are distinct. Okay, the number of permutations of n different objects taken R at a time, in which repetition is allowed, is equals to n power r, So this is the formula for the case of repetition is allowed, but the objects are to be distinct. Okay. Suppose, let us take one example. Suppose we are given the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are given with the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have to form a 3-digit number using these digits, using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have to form a 3-digit numbers. That means we have to fill 3 vacant places in which repetition is allowed. That means if I am writing 5 here, I can also write 5 here. Like that, repetition is allowed. So in how many ways this hundreds place? That means I have to select how many digits from these 3 digits, as we have to make 3-digit numbers. So here the value of n is, what is the value of n? N is 5. Number of objects, and all the objects are distinct. It is the case of permutations when all the objects are distinct and repetition is allowed. Now I have to make a 3-digit number in which repetition is allowed using these digits. Okay. So here n is equals to 5 and r is equals to, I have to take 3 digits, so r is equals to 3, that means taken 3 at a time. Out of these 5 digits we have to take 3 digits. Now this hundreds place, 1s, 10s, hundreds, so this hundreds place can be filled in how many ways? Using any of these digits we can fill it. So it can be done in 5 ways, 5 different ways. Similarly, if I can repeat the digits, then it can also be filled in 5 different ways. Again this can also be filled in 5 different ways. As you know the fundamental principle of counting, so by fundamental principle of counting we can write the total number of ways is 5 into 5 into 5, or we can write it as 5 power 3, 5 power 3, and it is the value of n and it is the value of r. So the formula for the number of permutations of n different objects taken r at a time in which repetition is allowed, that means object repeats, that is n power r. Okay, clear? Now let us see how to find the number of permutations when all the objects are not distinct. So in the previous case we talked about number of permutations when all the objects are distinct, the given objects are distinct. Now let us see the permutations when all the objects are not distinct. The number of permutations of n objects, here different objects is not written as all the objects are not distinct. Some objects may be of same kind, that means the number of permutations of n objects where p objects are of the same kind, p objects are of the same kind and rest are all distinct is equals to n factorial upon p factorial. Okay. This is the formula for permutations when all the objects are not distinct. But here in this formula only one kind of object, that is p objects are of one kind is given. See the generalized form of this formula, generalized form of this formula. Suppose the number of permutations of n objects where p1 objects are of one kind, p2 are of second kind, similarly p3 are of third kind if any, then pk objects are of kth kind, and rest of the objects, rest if any, are of different kinds, What is that? The number of permutations of n objects where p1 objects are of one kind, p2 are of second kind, and so on, pk are of kth kind, then and rest if any are of different kinds, then the number of permutations is equals to n factorial upon p1 factorial into p2 factorial into p3 factorial and so on pk factorial. Okay. Let us see one example. You will understand by using one example, it is very easy to understand it. Now let us see. Suppose one word is given, that word is good. It is the word good. How many letters are there in this word? There are 4 letters. Is all the letters are distinct? Here all the letters are distinct? No. Here in this word there are 4 letters, but all the letters are not distinct. So it is the case of permutations when all the objects are not distinct. So the question is, in how many ways we can arrange the letters of the word good? In how many ways we can arrange, in how many different ways we can arrange the letters of the word good? That means we have to find the number of permutations of the letters of the word good. Okay. That means I am using all the letters here, but here all the letters are not distinct. So here the value of n is 4, but in this word good there are 2 O's. 2 O's are there. This is O, this is also O. So the number of permutations, that means the number of different arrangements is equals to the number of permutations of these letters of the word good is equals to 4 factorial upon 2 factorial. Okay, 4 factorial upon 2 factorial. As you see the number of permutations of n objects where p objects are of same kind. So here the number of permutations of 4 objects where 2 objects are of same kind. So the value of p is 2 here. 2 objects are of same kind. So we have to write n factorial upon 2 factorial, that you can easily find, that is 4 into 3 into 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So it is 12. So the number of permutations of the letters of the word good is 12, as we have to use this formula here because here all the objects are not distinct. Clear? Now let us take one more example. Suppose the given word is Allahabad. Now how many letters are there in this word? A, L, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 9 letters are there in this word. So the total number of letters, that is n, is equals to 9. Are all the letters are distinct here? No. Here all the letters are not distinct. So the number of letters is 9, but all the letters are not distinct. Here there are How many A's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 A's are there. There are 4 A's. How many L's are there? 1, 2. 2 L's are there. 2 L's are there. And H is only one time. B is only one. D is also only one time. That means all the other letters are different. Okay. So out of these 9 letters, there are 4 A's, 2 L's. So what is the number of permutations of the letters of the word Allahabad? So in this case, the number of permutations, the number of different arrangements, that means the number of permutations of the letters of the word Allahabad is 9 factorial, that is n factorial. Now you see this formula, the generalized form, it is n factorial upon p1 factorial into p2 factorial dot 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 pk factorial. So here there are 4 objects are of same kind, that is it is 4 factorial, and 2 objects are of same kind, that is 2 factorial. So it is 9 factorial upon 4 factorial into 2 factorial, and you can calculate the value of this, that you know how to calculate it. Okay, clear? So okay students, that's all for today. In the next session we will see some problems related to this topic, permutations. Okay, so let's meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye, thank you very much.